The Fate of the Furious. Doubling your budget over the weekend has gotta feel pretty good. Every one of these movies takes another step towards being a Bond movie. In fact, if Daniel Craig turned against his government in the next Bond film, might be the only way I could stand seeing him in that role again. And this movie was done pretty well. Lots of predictable twists and turns, but I really enjoyed the villain. Now, I haven't been too impressed with Charlize Theron since Reindeer Games back in 2000. I just find her annoying. But in this, she was smart, focused. I really like her lack of empathy towards human life. She had some really good scenes with Dom.
I gotta tell you, this whole saving the world Robin Hood nonsense you've been doing recently, it's not you. Be who you are. Why live only a quarter mile at a time when you can live your whole life that way?
I imagine to be a great hacker, having no moral code would be quite the benefit. Vin Diesel plays the smartest guy in any room, a force of nature, a man proficient in any task required. Need him to go to the moon? No problem. Speaking of overly proficient street racers, Michelle Rodriguez handles guns better than soldiers, fights better than them too. Ludacris is somehow a tech genius who knows how to operate a tank. And Tyrese Gibson doesn't shut up, but it worked. I liked his comedic timing.
Why are they shooting at me? I don't know, maybe because you're in an orange Lamborghini? Shut up, Ted!
Natalie Emmanuel looked a lot more comfortable in this one. Game of Thrones may have got her noticed, but she stood out a lot more in this. Speaking of Game of Thrones, Christopher plays a great henchman, a bad guy that you kinda like, and he had some great acting chops to this. Helen Mirren was great, small part, but led to everything I want to see. Love Kurt Russell, but he was a little cartoony in this one, not that it mattered, but I'd like to see a little Snake Plissken in him.
Nobody draws until this hits the ground. You ready? Draw.
Scott Eastwood was in this for some reason. I imagine to replace Paul Walker's character. He was pretty terrible till about halfway through the movie where Tyrese made him at least tolerable. The two biggest standouts in this movie were The Rock and Jason Statham. Their banter back and forth along with their action made the movie even better.
I mean, do you really believe you could beat me in a straight-up old-fashioned fistfight?
I will beat your ass like a Cherokee drum.
When I heard over a year ago they wanted to do a spin-off Hobbs movie, I groaned. I mean, I like The Rock, but his character in this is just not that interesting. But when they said they wanted to add Jason Statham, I was totally on board. Apparently there was supposed to be an end credit scene hinting at that sequel, but Vin Diesel was never informed, and when he found out, he had it removed. Which now explains The Rock's words about a lack of professionalism on set. It's kind of selfish on Vin Diesel's part. I mean, I thought these movies were all about family. There were some parts in it that went on a little too long, lots of unrealistic car things I can only do in video games, but it worked, and it has for 5 movies. My math isn't wrong, I'm not counting 2 and 3, you know they sucked. This movie did, however, miss Paul Walker, and they even mention his character and say that they can't evolve Brian, which I found a little annoying because there's no way if Brian was still alive in this universe, he wouldn't be involved in this. He'd be down there kicking ass, taking charge, and saving the day. I mean, we got there eventually, but it wasn't as satisfying. I really think they should have added Brian's troubled brother or something, like a Sam Witwer could have played it. Would have added much more to the dynamic. Also, a funny thing about Decker, Jason Statham's character, is he says this line to The Rock that really starts their bromance about how he was disavowed by his government and a lot like The Rock, and it's this journey towards being a good guy. And they do a good job on that. I mean, his scene in the plane is so amazing. The one that you see in the trailer, it's so good.
Where's that smile? There it is.
But at the end of the movie, everyone's getting along. Like, they all forgot that he tried to kill them in the last movie. All of them. He in fact killed Han.
Dominic Toretto. You don't know me. You're about to.
You would think that'd be something hard to forgive. Maybe it's his accent.
It's great to have a contrast of, you know, taking care of business and trying to be soft and gentle at the same time.
I can't stay mad at you, Jason. I don't know if you noticed, but there's no conclusion to the movie. I mean, the threat is still out there, and they never set up the next one. They said they're going to do a trilogy, but I mean, that surprises me that they would ever stop making these movies. These films do something the Transformer movies don't. Stay entertaining. I mean, I'm still laughing and being entertained by the 8th movie. That's pretty impressive. I imagine it's because of their ever-expanding cast. They keep adding great actors and actually having characters. So if you liked 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, you're gonna like this one. So, as always, thanks for watching.